In the journey of your baby's first year of life, you'll witness astonishing growth and development. But how, as parents, do we know that our baby is on track with these critical developmental achievements? In the traditional medical world, these milestones serve as markers for tracking a child's growth and identifying potential concerns at an early stage. But with no two babies being exactly alike, many babies don't reach milestones at certain months or when compared to others. If this is a question you commonly ask yourself, and you're not alone, so many parents want to find answers when they hit a delay. Plus, with these milestones building on each other, where and what are they struggling with can be messy. Developmental milestones progress to bigger accomplishments. So in this video, we'll walk through the order and the sequence of them to help get children unstuck if they are experiencing any delays. This video is for you, mom and dad, to use as a roadmap to help ease any worries, know what to look for, how and when, and not feel overwhelmed, especially as a first-time parent, in how your baby is growing and developing. The most important thing we can share with you in this video is something that you will absolutely not hear or have explained to you in a traditional pediatrician's office, and that is this. The order in which your child goes through these milestones matters far more than when they achieve them. Meaning this, it's more troublesome for a child to skip a stage of development or miss a milestone altogether than it is to be slightly delayed. For example, skipping crawling is more troublesome and problematic to their overall brain and neurological development than being a couple months late in talking, walking, and so forth. No matter what they tried or how hard she worked in PT, little Miss Tegan simply could not stand and walk on her own. She had always been gross motor delayed, hated tummy time, favored one side, and was delayed with rolling over, sitting up, crawling. She has continual PT sessions, but progress seems slow and stalled out completely. Additionally, since the neurological control of motor development and digestive function are so intertwined, Tegan struggled mightily with constipation. For that, her parents had tried diet changes, probiotics, prunes, and pretty much everything under the sun. But Tegan simply lacks the motor control and strength to go on her own. Tegan's feet were super turned out, and she had to use a very wide stance to stand and walk, along with always needing support. Meaning, when her mom, Sam, first brought her to our clinic for care, her big, audacious goal, in her words, was to simply get Tegan walking and pooping on her own. There's an article that's linked in our bio if you want to read more about Tegan's story. But as mentioned above, we are more concerned with the order in which these milestones and developmental stages happen and how well they are linked to coordinated together. Looking at things on the calendar and by age helps us become aware of a potential challenge or developmental delay, but it does nothing to help us identify the root cause of that potential problem or develop an action plan to help get your baby back on track. So to keep it simple, the development of the nervous system happens in 3 primary phases. In phase 1, this is the foundation of development. Phase 1 includes eating, which is like latch, swallowing, digestion, sleeping, soothing, calming, pooping, help with motility and absorption, and respiratory and immune. Phase 2 is to work through movement and coordination. And to get the technical part of this, the first part of phase 2 very much overlaps with the timing of phase 1. You've often heard your pediatrician or PT mention walking comes before talking. And to expand on that, speech and higher level cognitive function does come after not only walking, but an overall coordinated, organized, and efficient movement. With that being said, phase 2 consists of motor and movement of the head and neck, upper torso and arms, so tummy time, rolling over, sitting up, crawling, walking, and then fine neurotuning coordination of it all. In phase 3, this is the advanced functions. They take multiple zones, hemispheres, and communication throughout the brain to work together to execute. Thus, they need a good foundation, which is phases 1 and then phases 2, to be executed with ease. This is often why children who still struggle with sleep, constipation, immune health, or coordinated movement stay stuck and delayed in their social, speech, and cognitive development as well. We need those base levels to be there so we can use better tools as we move on. Here's the highest level of development functions in phase 3. Speech and communication, socialization and play, behavioral and emotional regulation, and cognition and learning. Again, these things are not going to happen if we don't have good foundations to start with. So why do children miss these milestones? The number one factor that we see over and over again that contributes to missed baby milestones is birth trauma and stress in early development. Birth trauma, or in utero specifically, can affect crucial brainstem and cerebellum regions and their widely important role in developmental milestones. Birth is traumatic for your baby for numerous reasons, including the baby's position in utero, the duration of the birth process, or birth interventions such as C-section, vacuum, forceps, inductions. These all cause high levels of physical tension on the delicate tissues of the brainstem and the upper neck, which house the vagus nerve and are responsible for autonomic nervous system regulation and function, motor tone and coordination, immune and digestive function, and so much more. The impact of these various physical stressors on a developing infant's nerves and muscles in the head and neck and upper torso is significant. This leads to subluxation, which is often the most underestimated and overlooked aspect when considering developmental delays and neurodevelopmental challenges in babies and children later on in life as well. If your baby is displaying signs of colic, reflux, constipation, or is having difficulty sleeping, eating, these are all indications that there is a subluxation affecting your baby's nervous system. Stress at this early stage development is out of sequence, slowing everything down in phases 2 and 3. This is why we go back to the basics to heal first. That's the catalyst for what needs to come next. It all starts with finding out to what degree and where precisely within your baby's nervous system their tension and subluxations lie. We always start with an in-depth case history and examination of your baby and also utilize incredible technology called insight scans. For Tegan, who was struggling with walking and pooping, these scans and addressing her subluxation patterns with adjustments made all the difference. After just 4 days of starting neurologically focused chiropractic care via our Perfect Storm intensive program, she was having regular bowel movements and, best of all, walking on her own. Now, that intensive program means that she was coming every day or maybe multiple times a day to help kickstart her immune system and her nervous system. These scans take only minutes to use. They're entirely safe and non-invasive and help find exactly where those areas of altered tone and tension are. Baby milestones can involve so much, and the rapidly developing brain and nervous system are quite intricate systems. Helping babies so early gives them the right sequence and momentum to grow.